afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything amazing Propagandacast from me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only Master Propaganda. Off here to 2 vs 2 on Fields of Winnekendonk. In the north it is Baoliang and VonIvan, fighting here for the German army. Rolling out with the 9th Panzer Division, Baoliang with Mechanised Assault, VonIvan here with Elite Armored Vest. In the south it is Janusz and Stark, fighting here for King and Country, the Commonwealth. Taking on the role here of the 7th Armored Division, the Desert Rats, with Lend-Lease, Mobile Assault, Royal Artillery, more Mobile Assault, Vanguard, and more Lend-Lease Assault. Triple section start for Stark. Janusz with double section Universal Carrier. We got Assault Grenadiers, MG42s there for Baoliang, and VonIvan with double Fultz Grenadiers. Heading eastward, see with the Pioneer, the Assault MG42 following up, because a bit further behind we got the Assault Grenadiers. Universal Carrier there for Janusz. In the west we got Sturm Pioneer with the section. We get up close to Sturm Pioneer, should have a good chance of being in the section. Unless, of course, they end up taking too long reloading their assault rifles, which can be one of the sort of factors they can beat things around. But there you go. In with just 2 men, the assault rifles pack so much more fire upon the section up close they can push them back. Baoliang here is committing to an awful lot of assault grenadier squads, pushing into at least 2, which is going to mean he's going to really try and overwhelm the pressures there with assault fire. Points there being secured as VonIvan's Fultz is following up here a bit more steadily in the wake of the rest of the troops. More Fultz on the way there. We'll have to see if Baoliang commits to more assault grenadiers, what he ends up with. Universal Carrier following up as well there for Stark, and now Janusz is going for a 3rd section after the Universal Carrier. Slow approach here, waiting to see if there's anyone who might appear and then rush them down. Second assault squad might be heading more towards the center. We've got 2 sections here from Stark, holding up the line. They note they're not actually pushing very hard towards the east, meaning they're sort of trying to support each other better, meaning sort of center-west positioning. That way, Stark can easily just back up Janusz, and simply Janusz can back up Stark, meaning VonIvan here is a bit more extended, and without not a lot of support here from Baoliang, could end up in trouble if they sort of push in half. And so far, they're taking a slightly more cautious approach, though, since they, who knows, might work. They could have extended, of course, get hard flanked by Baoliang. We'll have to see. Oh, I can't really read their minds, but we can maybe try and divine any possible intentions here. But there you go, still, with Baoliang's forces primarily pushed in these, and again, Stark, Janusz here again, VonIvan has to be rather cautious. And Baoliang there, I think it's already taken up. There's 2 assault grenadiers, 1 MG42 here. Grenades off to the toast at the sections. Schwere Wehrmacht step up there for VonIvan. Could be a battle group headquarters, could be mechanized. It's pretty early, but we got the 221 on the way there. Very interesting choice then. Baoliang commits to a 3rd assault grenadier squad. So that's a lot of assault grenadiers. That is a lot of assault grenadiers. A lot of assault infantry. Obviously, it's going to be tricky here versus the Universal Carrier, and the sections might find themselves in a bit of trouble if the assault grenadiers can get close enough with all their MP40s. Section standing right here, they're going to try and flank up behind Baoliang. Good move there, I think, by Stark. Certainly reading here a bit of a flaw in Baoliang's tactical setup. Of course, if you realise this, you can maybe double back and deal with them. But nobody can see the Universal Carriers being moved in. We've got assault guns moving to the north, so they might be able to pull off some sort of pincer maneuver, I guess. Flamethrowers are pushing out the section. Calf pawn there being hit by Stark, very good. And in the west here, Janusz continues to fight against VonIvan, who's forced a bit scared. Now it's VonIvan's turn to try and swing up to support his teammate there. Pulling a fast one there. We got the 2-2 in there. Well, they might even join in there, but join in. Assault gunners moving forwards here. Universal coming up to suppress fire to try and stop here for Baoliang's assault gunners, but they go squad moving in though. Hosing down here all of Stark's infantry. More troops being suppressed, but even then they find themselves cut a bit short here. 2-2-1 moving on the west to back up some of the Fultz gunners there, but there goes sections falling back. Universal Carrier, they're trying to just stop Baoliang's advance, but there goes some of the troops trying to get unsuppressed. MG4 sitting up north here, 2-2-1 backed up with the Fultz gunners route here. Janusz's infantry leading to a sudden hard push back here from the Germans. Baoliang with the 2nd Pioneer squad here as his assault grenadiers sweep forwards, but we can see here the British are trying to form a defensive line by the main road. Fultz is backed up with the 2-2-1 moving from the north here, could threaten the side road here. Section falling back. And we got soldiers doubling back here a bit. Some of them rather depleted. Command bunker of half-tech could be helpful there. Like to make a nice company up for Baoliang. We'll have to see what he ends up with. 2-2s, 251. Flame for a half-tech maybe. I mean, that would be the more common choice, but with that many assault grenadiers, a 251 just to transport them about would not be entirely bad. Both other players have yet to commit to a doctrine here. Assault gunners backed up with MG42. We've got Telmines down to deal with any vehicles or armour. Very good here. Folks there, 2-2-1 dealing with the section. 2 kills there. Big section line up there. Halting Baoliang's advance. Can't cross the road there with that many Tommies with Lee Enfield rifles. Laying down a disastrous volume of fire for the assaulters trying to push through here. Folks there by the road, behind an old truck that's been clearly destroyed. Going to be outgunned here. We got minefields up there for VonIvan in case of mines from the British. 2-1 there, being pushed back. AC on the way for Stark, and we might even get one here for Janusz soon enough, or he might be planning something else. There we go, he's requisitioning. He's a bit behind there, his teammate, he's a bit behind. Also worth noting that unlike Stark, Janusz has bolted the section, so he's a bit further short on fuel. There you go, VonIvan here, a bit too slow on the full grenadiers. VonIvan during the preservation does occasionally lead to slight issues like that. Mechanized regiment up, it looks could be helpful, but he's likely to have to go for a Puma. Got the 2-2 out here for Baoliang. Mine went off somewhere. Looks like a mine there from VonIvan. And we got a bunker up here for Baoliang. It's going to be command. Will it be machine gun bunker? I mean, if it's not a command bunker, it's going to have to retreat this assault grenadiers anyways. So it'll be interesting to see what Baoliang is planning. He's moving in the MG4 to into it. Very interesting setup there by Baoliang. Not entirely sure what his plan is, but you know, that's going to be the fun part figuring out, I suppose. Sappers on the way there for Stark. Both he and Janusz have yet to drop, and they got more sappers on the way then. 2-2 to extended versus the AC, and the rest of the British Army is going to go down very rapidly. And there you go, pop goes the weasel as Stark just pops it like a zit. The soldiers there trying to deal with the sections up close, but they're taking a rather catastrophic damage here from all the nearby supporting units for the AC, which is also doing a bit of damage there. Most assault grenadiers are not in a good condition. You guys coming ahead, MG4 doing a bit of camp from inside the bunker, a bit hard to flash out, but even then it is taking some damage, and the AC is going to prove to be a real problem there for Baoliang's bunker. From there with the Puma on the way to the 234-2, here's 2-1 back in action as well. Forces moving from the north here, threatening here to Panzerfaust, and there you go, bunker down. Telemine goes off, destroying the universal carrier, but the AC survives. Janusz here can soon actually go for an AC of his own. Lots of back and forth here between these two sides. Another line, the other one, much respite. MG4 moving heading for Baoliang. Pioneers, assault grenades moving forwards as well. But again, rather in depleted states. Bunker up there for Baoliang. Well, that's obviously going to be a medic bunker unless he's gone slightly mad. Also pressed for fire here from the Universal Carriers with the Vickers Cage. He's hosing down the Germans. In the north, we got the 2-1 trying to move up, but there's absolutely no Tommies to shoot, and he can't really take points on his own. Southern side is also quite exposed. Seems like both sides are getting heavily focused in the centre, neglecting possibly fuel and fuel harassment. Got the Puma here. There you go. Janusz is going for a AC of his own as well. That's going to be 2 British armoured cars, which means the Puma's going to be a bit outgunned. Telemines there spotted and disrupted by Stark and his armoured car. Medic bunker up there, of course, also can be used by VonIvan. We'll obviously follow up next here for Baoliang. Panzer going to deal it with Panzer Shreks, maybe? Pax? Who knows? Well, Baoliang probably knows, but he's not saying it. MG4 they're finally got soldiers moving ahead. They're already taking casualty from the section here. Mine just quickly focusing them down. 2 members already down of the squad there. Squad Helmut. 2-2 moving in. Section they're getting blasted out in the open. Shifting them eastwards. 2-1 flanking up. He backed up by another 2-2 there from Baoliang. That is interesting. He's willing to commit to that. And of course, got the Pumas there. It's a total of 3 German armoured cars versus 2 British armoured cars. That's a lot of armoured cars. First British doctrine chosen is Janusz with mobile assault commandos, land mattresses, which I definitely think are going to be much more likely to happen here, and of course advanced cover combat, though few people ever use that one. 2-1 finally gives up the ghost here. That means the Puma and the 2-2 is left to deal here with double ACs. Damage ending on the 2-2 MG4 doing what it can, but without intending armor piercing rounds, it's going to fall very short against the British armoured cars. Puma falling back behind a small road there, full swing backed up by an MG4 from the north here. In the south, we got fighting here with the fuel point here, and there you go. Stark wasn't paying attention. Baoliang slaughtered them like sheep there with the assault grenadiers up north here, full with the sections. Overwhelmed, might be able to stall a bit. Push for the car pump, the Stuart Pioneers though. Nice play there by VonIvan, cuts off the British fuel very decisively. In the centre, the Fultons moving up here with machine gun support. 2-2 being repaired, Puma fixed up. I was about to call it the Puma. That'd been silly. We're not a children's show, exactly. Take up there for Baoliang and the German army. Fultons there firing away at the sappers. In the south, troops moving ahead here for Baoliang. Assault grenadiers, Pack 40 flying up as well there. So we'll have to see what his munitions ends up like. Well, probably more telemines, to be honest. That's certainly nice to see. I mean, some players slightly neglect telemines, so, you know, thumbs up there, Tim. And an AC goes down. Armoured cars keep exploding. Pack 40 almost done there for Baoliang. almost got the 2-2-2. In the south, Assault has almost got the point here. Bit of quiet there. It's the front line is getting very heated up there. Go Puma using smoke to allow VonIvan towards the about to grab the machine gun. But no, it backfires and allows Janusz to steal the machine gun instead. Well, allows. He promised him a standing chance, but you know, it sort of makes it a bit more awkward. And there you go, more smoke popping out here. So much smoke all of a sudden. A thick fog envelops here the main road. And we got a 250 half take out for Baoliang. Interesting. So pack 40 and then all of a sudden Mechanised Assault group. It certainly increases Baoliang's assault in quite aggressively here from not just 3 assault guns now to a pentagon of the escort in a 250 half tank. It'll be interesting to see how Baoliang managed to make use of that one here. I mean, there's a lot of sections about and they're actually quite vulnerable to this stuff since they don't have snares and you can actually just really run them down. The only thing that's even better than pentagon is actually stormtroopers with MP40s. They can absolutely tear apart infantry in a 250 half track. So I suppose the British should find themselves lucky that Baoliang went for Mechanised Assault and not German infantry. In the south, the assault is dealing with the section there, pushing them back. Obviously, they're not feeling that much more appreciative of the fact. Up north, the British troops advancing. Mechanized rigging there spotted. They now know the location, though. What they can do about it is a harder thing to say there. Assault is moving ahead, anti-tank are caught out in the open. Sappers moving in with flamethrowers. Might be a bit of a problem there for the assault is there for Baoliang. Swooping in there against the sappers up close. Soldiers should have a chance of the flamethrower. Going to make it a bit harder here. And there you go. Baoliang decides not to take the chance. 250 half takes a direct hit. Probably should be playing it a bit more fluidly there. Soldiers being hosed down by the sections on retreat. Note that now Stark has also boats as his men. Another AC from Stark. That is questionable a bit. I mean, the AC is a really good armored car, but even then at this point, you've kind of figured you're trying to take out for medium armor, not going for another AC Mark 3. I mean, I guess he's going for Vanguard operations and then trying to set up for Crocodile Line to stall for it, but I don't know. We'll have to see how that pans out, but I'm not a huge fan of that move. I can understand it, but I'm not a fan of it. But there you go, incendiary arm people out there. Baoliang's MD42 allowing him to do a lot of damage. Counter-attack in the north here from VonIvan, sweeping through abandoned territories there. As the British swing hard towards the centre, a bit more move towards the east here, section with AC support moving in. Puma gaining that T2. 250 half take good to go, though the Panzer taking a bit of hit. And there you go, AC hits another Baoliang's telemines. That's 2 vehicles down to telemines. That's really hurtful, of course, for Stark, since he actually went for a second AC, so for him to lose that second AC is quite expensive. And really just punishes his move to not take out, and against it, trying to commit to an AC, maybe to stall into that Crocodile. So that's a big one there for Baoliang, so, you know, good way again with telemines. And he's going for tier 4 here, probably feeling emboldened by the fact he just took out a second AC with a telemine. Plus he's added Panzerjets here, forming, I guess, a mobile tank hunter group. So yeah, we're probably going to see either a Fast Panther or a Storm Panzer 4. Allies find themselves in a bit of a sticky spot again. Note that while we do have grenades, technically there's bulletins for Janusz. He's yet to do anything with it, except we got Bren guns aplenty out. Not a bad choice either, though. Big push here, the section into tank gun. And we got a Stukas out here for VonIvan. Shooting in there and landing some gentle hits, I guess. 2 kills. I mean, that's not too bad. Another section out there for Stark. He's still the only one without a doctrine, and we are slowly approaching the 20-minute mark. Very slowly. Puma fires away, misses. Section moving up. Assault guns falling back. Puma versus the section. Section there is the assault gunners, more assault gunners moving in. Got another MU42 there for Baoliang to further help deal with all the British infantry that's flooding the field here from the 7th Armoured. Assault is being slowly focused down, but it's not fast enough here. They're going to close up and they should have a good chance there. Interesting enough, it's not popping out the assault gunners a bit fast enough to get these sort of other section there occupied. A bit slow. Allows them to sort of quickly focus them down instead, so that didn't quite pan out there for Baoliang. And that's a full wipe there. In fact, that was his virtually 2 assault gunners squad dead. Machine gun there cleared out. That's an MD34 there, so that's VonIvan's little loss. section. Sappers moving about in the south. The fighting continues. Machine gun there being slowly outmaneuvered here by the section, but without grenades, they don't have any immediate sort of strong ways of punishing it. We got the 250 out, they can quickly move in here. Troops being hosted, anti-tank about to go down, but he might need to get the MD-42 here. That's going to hurt Baoliang quite a bit. There goes section routed. Assault is actually should have closed forwards here while the troops were pressing. So we just spend the 4 clear out the anti-tank and then deal with the rest of the section. So slight miss there by Baoliang. 250 after falling back in the west here. VonIvan's encountering more resistance. And northwest here by these small farmhouses here, Janusz and VonIvan are absolutely at it as well. Hey, Panzer going up for Baoliang. He can Baoliang now upgrade his assault grenades for the veteran squad leader, increasing them to 6-man and also getting some other small benefits. He definitely have the munitions for it. I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't do it. Except I guess he, for some reason, feels like it's not worth it. I mean, that's a possibility. Stukas will strike again and once more. Not, a massive impact. Like, again, it managed a few kills, but nothing really left Janusz reeling. Finally, let's go down here to the Puma. Very good, but it's close to getting taken up by an anti-tank gun. It needs mechanized play here versus the sections, who find themselves struggling, since they have no anti-tank weapons. And of course, the AC got blown apart. Baoliang 74 didn't caught a really bad spot. Oh, we got grenades up now for Stark. That is pretty bad news for the MG42. In the south, neither side has begun to take out for armor. Particularly Janusz, who does not have any heavy coal in armor. I feel like is committing a bit of a greater error in not trying to see him push out cromwells here. That's definitely something that he needs to work on. As for Stark, again, I'm assuming it's a crocodile, but you know, at the very least, he probably should be telling Janusz to maybe spend some of that resource on the actual tanks. There you go, another grenade off here. And to take this on, the 2-2 taking it out, but he's not going to get that MD-42 unless he gets really lucky. 250 up, setting up here in defensive mode. And he did get the MD-42 there, so I misjudged that one. As for Baoliang, he's going for the Sturmpanzer feed to help deal with all the infantry. Which is really, again, would be a great idea for Janusz to take out for tanks, because the Sturmpanzer is going to struggle against tanks, but, you know, a lot of infantry and support on the hand, the Sturmpanzer fortunately have a decent shot at. Assaulters are charging forwards, trying to clear out the centre tank guns very rapidly. Good play there. Catching Stark's support weapons in a really bad spot. Noting now the soldier squad is yet to upgrade. We've got grenade assault here, causing some grief, some casualties, some calamities, but still going to be close here. Big push here by Janusz against VonIvan. His own push is being repulsed quite extensively. Still no take up. We got commandos out for Janusz, and we got another AC for Stark. Bit hard to say there what they're playing at. Bit hard to say what they're playing at. Particularly for Janusz, it just seems strange. A bit odd, to put it mildly. Section wing ahead, we got the 250 after now with flamethrower pioneers in it. Very good combo there versus infantry. MD-42 there on the eastern victory point. Stark sections there being rather harassed there aggressively. Sturmpanzer moving about, and we got artillery fire as well. Again, another Stukas was barraged. This time, actually snuffing out one of Janusz's infantry sections. Good work there. Sturmpanzer shoots, obliterates 3/5 of the section. 60% gone. Another shot here takes up Paul Lawrence, but there you go. 6-pounder gun finally arriving here to stop the Sturmpanzer, at least attempt to. Got the centre victory point, but could be at a rather extensive cost here for Janusz. Sturmpanzer down to, well, half health now, in fact less than that. Panzer is trying to block off any pursuit here. We also got the half-tech setting up in defensive mode. Trying to stop the infantry. Got second pulling ahead with the grenades. Sappers there being sold by the Sturmpanzer. Anti-tanks moving ahead. Trying to take out the 250 after there. Need to be careful with that one. For that matter, the Sturmpanzer. Panzer being dropped. Here's 6. Panzer gun leads almost being wiped out. Sturmpanzer's main gun is out. This is pretty bad for Baoliang and the Germans. Janusz still not taking up Stark. Very close to the crocodile, but I again have no clue as to what Janusz is playing at. Section there gets a good grenade, almost takes out one of Baoliang's pioneers. He's also lost his Panzerjägers entirely. He's finally upgrading some of those assault grenadiers with veteran squad leaders. Good. Should get both of them upgraded, to be honest. At least his Sturmpanzer is still operable, but that's otherwise still looking pretty tough. We got the Puma coming out here for VonIvan again. Janusz still remains unconvinced that taking actually works. In fact, it ends up being Stark taking up. He's the one with the potential crocodile at the horizon, and maybe Janusz thought he went for another doctrine.
The enemy are determined, and we are down to 300 points.
I mean, I don't know what Janusz is thinking about floating that much fuel, but at least Stark is taken up. At least Stark's going for tanks, I hope soon. But they are struggling fuel as well in that regard. You got play there by the Germans. The Allies have been less efficient. They partly again would say they focus too much in the centre as well. And more importantly, VonIvan is a bit better at harassing their fuel than compared to they were been harassing the German fuel. In fact, they've been doing very little there comparatively. VonIvan with the Panther 4 on the way. His Schwer Panther quarter set up there. Very good. Assault gunners there doing some damage, but they are close to being taken out. Tiger tank available here for Baoliang to call in, though. Well, he's got the manpower, definitely needs more fuel. As for Stark, no clear idea as to what he's playing at, and certainly for Janusz, he's got 300 fuel. And I have no idea what Janusz is playing at, except just seems to be an infantry heavy strategy with anti-tank guns, which I mean in theory is doable, but it's it's going to require a lot of you. It's going to also require at least an opponent who is somehow very vulnerable to that, but so far, for now, neither Baoliang seem to be those opponents.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Anti-tank in there cleared out. Sturmpanzer taking heavy fire from the 6-pounder gun. Finally going to hit a few upon there in the south. Good work by Stark. He just has to hope he doesn't get swarmed there by Baoliang's assault grenadiers. Grenade off, quickly backs them off. Very good work there. Destroying the anti-tank until he's denying it here to Baoliang or to VonIvan. Section about to get wiped out. Needs to retreat down it. Oh, he ends up retreating the section too fast, leaving the anti-tank exposed. Not good. And on the road here we got the Panther with the Panther command on the way. Good work there by VonIvan. Good work. Quick sprint here as he pursues the anti-tank guns. We got Savage coming in trying to block this particular move. Though with a minesweeper, they minefight themselves, falling a bit short. Since minesweepers aren't exactly known for their great ballistic properties. Sturmpanzer 10 kills. More assault gunners out there for Baoliang. Veteran squad is being added to the remaining 2 squads, including the one he just called in, obviously. Firefly on the way there for Stark. He's gone for Vanguard after all. And Janusz, I mean, we're at 23 minutes. He's got a lot of fuel and he still hasn't taken up. I definitely feel like he's missing out on an opportunity to really just push a lot of armour out against the Germans. He's missed out on an opportunity for quite some time now. So I'm slightly disappointed in that. Slightly. And he really should begin taking up soon, to be honest. At least in my opinion. Baoliang is roughly a minute away from the Tiger tank. That's going to be a further problem there for the British. Even with the Firefly and all the anti-tank guns, the one just got silenced again here by a Stukazus barrage from VonIvan. Good shot there. Heavy fighting in the centre. West side is seeing little action. Skirmishing with these, got soldiers pushing forwards there. Backed up with the 250 half track. Trying to take out the section down the heavy fire here from both the Stark's infantry sections in the vicinity. 7 kills, very good. On the 250 half track, that is. Assault gunners there might going to have to try and somehow bait the sections up close, otherwise they're going to lose. Sturmpanzer moving forward here, half HVT 2, and finally, a miracle has happened. Janusz, almost 25 minutes in the match, is finally going for the company command post, and it certainly stands out in part because A, he had so much fuel, and he's also playing as the British, who just have some of the more fast and efficient taking. So, you know, he could easily have it crumble up by now. And there you go, Baoliang's got the Tiger tank out, so the Germans are definitely leading an arm advantage there. They've got the Firefly at least here from Stark to sort of help deal with it. Sturmpanzer's almost down, and he goes down. Quite a blow there to Baoliang. Of course, he does have the Tiger tank, and he has the 250 half track plus a lot of assault infantry. Sort of trying to fight the section again. This did manage to bait them up close, but in this case it still didn't quite pan out there for Baoliang, unfortunately. Sab's advantage using the smoke generated by the Sturmpanzer wreckage as cover. 250 have to do something to do with the troops. We've got an MG-32 though ready, and of course we've got the 250 having. There you go. Complete collapse of Stark's assault as they utterly routed. That's the no chance. There you go. 250 have to down. They immediately put to a very decisive stop there by the Firefly. We got the TIE tank moving in. But there you go, directed here on it from the Firefly tank destroyer. Well, self-propelled anti-tank, and is technically what the British called any tank destroyers, since the Doctor didn't operate with it. Panzer IV here with the damage engine, but unfortunately got to find a fresh attempt at taking the fuel point here, though he's going to have to go from here or here to sort of a reasonably safe route to it. Second Sugar's visit for VonIvan, so no attempt at any heavier than that Panzer IV, I guess. 180 versus 379, there you go. Second Sugar's was out for VonIvan. Janusz, whatever he goes for. Will it be Comets? Will it be Churchills? Will it be Cromwells? Will it be Fireflies? What will Janusz be going for after all of this time? But there you go. Section flanking up here, very good. Nice machine gun reaction. In fact, the 6th Fox squad about to get wiped out here by the Bren gun wielding Tommies. Now the Stukas was barrage here, and this time around mostly seems to kick up some dirt. It has managed an overall total of 18 kills, but there you go. Fox about to get wiped out. And he can take out the machine gun as well, though he lacks grenades, which have been really easy to clear out. Now the Stukas barrage here, once more churning up dirt, trees and squirrels, but no Tommies. There we go, machine gun finally falling back. Western fuel pump secured, the eastern front has fallen to the Germans. TIE tank being forced here, backed up by certain infantry elements. So we got the 6-pounder gun, the Firefly in the way. Janusz still no armour. Sides of it, anyways. We'll have to see where he goes from, and he's certainly also a bit short manpower for it. Quick grenade here. Not enough though. And section there being held by a heavy storm of fire there from Baoliang and VonIvan, unable to pass through. Pack 40 on the way there for about. No, cancels it. Stark there, finally going for some arm. Oh, he's taking, and it's Hammer. Ooh la la, we might actually see some Comets. I definitely feel like he could have gone for that sooner. That's just me. Are we punching going to deal with there for Baoliang and the German army? He's got a lot of munitions. Mines would be good idea for Baoliang still. I mean, it's not like, suddenly, stop being useful. Panzer trying to stop the infantry. There you go, landing some good hits. The 6-pounder gun joining in the fun though. Second one backing up as well there. Some depth movement here and there. Let's see what Stark plans next. And there we go, we get air support call in here. Strafing support. The British Royal Air Force will give the Germans here a good thrashing. There you go. Flying in there, hosing down German infantry, machine guns, and panzers to be threatened with rockets. There you go. Panzer took some rather nasty hits, produces some anti-tank grenades here, except Stark's a bit short on munitions. So it looks like a larger offensive across the northern part of the road here. Outmaneuvering certain elements, clearing it out. But there you go. VonIvan here tries to stop them up with artillery, machine gun, or anti-tank team they cleared out. Artillery calling as well. The commanders still wiping out machine gun, tiger tank over the screen. He's trying to keep the commanders of it. Looks like anti-tank is going to be cleared out. Firefly pushed back here by the Puma. Anti-tank might be able to assist. Ooh, shoots and misses. Puma goes down instead, leaving VonIvan a bit sat there. Commando team are wiped out, trying to get the machine gun or something like that. Not good there for Janusz. They're a bit expensive, them commanders, but he can soon go for the Comet here. He can soon go for it. Tiger tank taking a few hits here. Sappers also dying out. We are very close here to the Comet. Very close. Grenades going off aplenty. Assault Grenades charging force there, shooting down any British infantry they can see with MP40s. But instead they find themselves overwhelmed, focused down, and routed. South side could maybe see a bit more action there. Tiger tank half health pushing ahead. Got the MD-34 there blasting without any fritzes. More punch eagers out there for Baoliang. Comet is still tantalizing close, and he ends up going for the Cromwell instead of the Comet. Yeah. less impressive there by Janusz. Stark, I'm guessing, is going for the crocodile. It's going to be a while before he can get to it. Stuka just fires again. We got 22 kills on that one, 4 on the other. Most of them into that machine gun, but the other, then the anti-tank and crew expires quite explosively. Panzerfall roaming about in the north here. 3 kills. Veterans 1. Cromwell almost done there for Janusz. Will he then go for a comet? Who knows?
Enemy threatening a capture point.
That's what Baoliang is playing at now. Who knows? Maybe a Panther, maybe another Sturmpanzer. Panzerweapons could be an idea, I guess. Section there with Bren guns versus the Volkskanich. Got Panzerjägers moving about, going for that northern fuel point again. We got Orbital now for VonIvan. Light machine away the 6-pounder gun in some dire straits as the Panzerjägers moving up with a few assault rifles to finish off those chaps. Stukas was bashed as well. They're trying to catch whatever is moving in there. Oh no! That was brutal. Almost got both sections there. VonIvan could theoretically go for a Sturmtiger now he wants to, instead he goes for the Panther. Got Janusz' Cromwell here on the move. And he's going for another one, so he went for hammer tactics. For what reason then? I mean, most of the ability I have to say, you know, a bit more sort of so-and-so compared to Anvils. I mean, usually, like, if you want, I would say it's for the Comet, but Janusz isn't going for the Comet. That's a bit peculiar. I'm not saying that necessarily. Assaulting up against the machine gun, doing some heavy damage, but not quite enough to finish off anyone. 19 kills, ace level. Section there being pursued by a lot of Volkskanadiers, but then there's an even bigger section they're pursuing the Volkskanadiers. Quick grenades here. Close one there for VonIvan. Tiger tank with 12 kills, veterans you won. North side here being held decisively by VonIvan. And another Stukas barrage, second Cromwell up for Janusz. And a Cromwell for Stark as well, so no crocodiles here. And in theory, you can soon go for another Cromwell. So it looks like we're going to be seeing some heavy medium armor tactics versus the Germans. That'll be quite interesting to see if they can pull off that particular bit. 100 points left there for the British. They need to work harder for those victory points. Panther moving in. Note he's using the heat rounds as well. Even though Panther didn't activate access to heat rounds because they didn't particularly need them. Lots of fire there. Panther 4 moving in. Far flanking there. Actually, 2 we could see it for now. Panther going down pretty fast. Getting a bit overconfident, sending in with, well, pretty much no infantry support. Cromwell versus the Panther. Panther take one penetrating hit above. Oh, Cromwell's in a pretty poor state. Panther down though. In the south, Tiger tank strikes in. Here clearing out the anti-tank and good flank there by Baoliang. Leaving Stark's forces in utter disarray. As the 9th Panzer Division strikes, and there go tank hunter section moving up there with their Panzer Schreck. Still the Germans remaining lead here at the victory points. Cromwell's being pulled back for repairs, which they do very badly need. But he can go for another Cromwell now. He can go for a Firefly. Going to try and go for the Comet. We shall see what it ends up with there for Janusz. The decision should be made fast. In the south here, Cromwell going backed up by the Firefly here for the Tiger tank, which splits away backed up by Panzerjägers. Can he pull it off? It's not looking like we got the Firefly moving ahead here. Close to victory free. Almost got it, but the Cromwell expires, taken out by the Panzerjägers. Quick grenade into the suppressed assault grenades. Good throw there by Stark. We got 63 versus 355. North here machine gun push back. Panther 4 hanging back. Down here we got sections and machine guns trying to withstand the German storm. Cromwell ahead here. Panther 4 bit exposed there. X-72, 9 kills, but some of the better I think than their Cromwell, even with its track vehicle ability. Machine gun team down. He's close to being able to go for the Comet, but again, will he actually go for the Comet? Comet there forced away. Counter for half health, but the Cromwell's down to just a quarter. Other Cromwell in a bit of trouble. Can't support the other immediately if it has to. And the German front cells, I think, largely extending to the road across most points at this stage, so that's not looking good for the Tommies either. 38 versus 355. Self-repairs being enacted. Jagdpanzer for VonIvan. Panzerjäger. Machine gun setting up, and we got more commanders out for Janusz. Not entirely sure to hope for that. It does give him more infantry, which is what Janusz may have been hoping for, just some elite infantry. Machine gun those blocking approaches here. Back up with the target tank, which is very close to Veteran 2. There we go, Veteran 2 gained, more accuracy, more range. A lot of fire there being directed at the target tank, but most of it's either failing to hit or failing to penetrate. And the Tiger largely spotless there. 25 versus 355. Push here for the victory point, but the Germans are stubbornly dug in, and Baoliang is dispatching troops to further slow down the approach. Stukas looks like he's going to try and shoot down here, figuring this might be the big Allied hope here. Sections on's being taken out, but it's not quite enough there either. Tiger tank there down to less than a quarter of health. Due to Stark's Firefly there doing heavy damage. Grenades going off, the soldiers moving in as well. Grenade assault on the sappers by the Firefly. Almost getting them, but not quite. The British assault is pretty much failing to go anywhere across most of the front. In the north, there's a slow push, but just with tanks, no infantry. And we got infantry about ready to sneak up and grab the victory point. Beneath or behind the Allies' backs, they for now remembers they exist, which so far seems to not be the case. Jagdpanzer moving in, engaging Cromwell, but missing. British infantry being slaughtered. Cut to ribbons. Tank exploding somewhere, its munitions cooked up. I'm not entirely sure where, but it's gone. Charging into the base, looking to take out the Stukas of forces in one, I guess, desperate manoeuvre to maybe extract some degree of vengeance. Doesn't even land a hit there. Can he finish off the Stukas of forces? One down, one to go, 5 points left. Also, triple bunkers covering the center victory point. I mean, that's one way to just prevent them from rushing it, I guess. There we go, GG, game over. A loss here for the British Army. The 7th Armour were defeated by the 9th Panzer Division in this wooded, slightly swampy area. A nasty little fight here. I feel like the British, in part, just forgot to sort of, pressure the Germans' fuel lines sufficiently, meaning the Germans will catch up. Plus, the Allied, for some reason, lack of interest in actually going for armour fast, I think, also hurt them, allowing the Germans sort of pull ahead. They had to think they're not some Cromwells faster, or just gone for comets or whatnot. They probably should have a better chance against the Germans with getting that bit of lack there of the acceleration in terms of like the tanks. I think also hurt them a bit there. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, but don't tell your enemies. And if you like what I do, you can donate or pledge on Patreon, and links are in the video description. This is Imperial Cheers. Thank you for watching. Dolly once for audience. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for a nice episode.